Carlos, we're training in Portugal over the past few days. How's training been?
Excellent, because now we have moved here to Portugal to stay a little bit of time all together. The players came here with the families, and we try to balance a lot the personal time that they have to have with the preparation for the very next important game that we are going to play. So for me, the team is and the players are having and spend a very good time with the possibility, like I told you, to be enjoying with the families and at the same time to be preparing with the team the final.
It's your first opportunity to go abroad with Huddersfield, having been in the pandemic previously. Personally, has it been nice for you to experience being part of the team and coaching the team in a different environment, away from England, away from Canalside?
I think it depends about the moment of the year. I think we have the possibility to be working during the summer. For example, in England, it's excellent because you can find maybe the best weather for the summer period in England, and that's why we didn't decide, even with the COVID restrictions, of course, limited the possibilities, but we were thinking that if we invest in our facilities and we spend time together there, we are in the perfect environment. So we didn't find the need to go out of England until now. Now it's a little bit different because from the previous game to the next game, we spend some days, and in some moment maybe you can increase the anxiety. You are in the same environment every day. It look a little bit like the same, but now the time is going to move faster. Spending 1 week here all together, like I told you, with the same preparation, and after just 1 week in the training ground, that this is the time that usually we spend when we are preparing one game, and we are going to try to use this week in the same, or manage the week in the same way that we have done during all the season.
You mentioned obviously that we travelled with our families. That gives the players the opportunity to obviously enjoy their time with them and not miss any period at home, but it reminds them of the motivation of why they're playing, why they want to do well in this final, doesn't it? Everyone is, interacting well, being social with everyone, and that gives an extra motivation for trying to achieve what we want to achieve next week.
I think the togetherness has been for me one of the keys of the high competitive level of the squad during all the season. And with these type of experiences where everyone is here together with all the families, they are meeting, they are spending more time, that sometimes you don't have the time, you don't find the possibility to increase the relation with the people that you are playing with and with the family of these people. And during this week you are having more time to know the daughter, the son of your teammate, the one that you are spending a lot of time in the dressing room, or the one that you are spending a lot of time in the football pitch, and you have a very good connection. So here is just this gives you the opportunity to increase this type of connection, not only with your teammate, with the people that your teammate love, and with the people that is very important for your teammates.
It's been an interesting camp because there's been a lot of concentration on obviously the big game coming up, but training, the quality has been really high, the effort levels have been really high. Has that been pleasing for you to see just how alert and how concentrated the players have been?
I don't imagine this group of players working in different level at the level that you mentioned. Of course, during all the season we try to create habits, and one of the habits that the players take the commitment to do is to be always, when you are in the football pitch, giving your best. Because as soon as you develop this idea, every time you are in the game, you are going to be doing exactly the same thing that you are doing every single time that you are in the football pitch. You don't have to change any type of habit the day of the game. Just you are doing the day of the game the same that we are creating every single day. Because for us it's very important the moment when we are in the football pitch, and it's important that we are aware about our responsibility when we are in the football pitch, that our job in the time that we spend in the football pitch is during 1 hour and 30, and this 1 hour and 30 we need to train with the highest level of concentration, because the game is 1 hour and 30 and we need to compete with the highest level of concentration if we want to be a competitive team.
Another factor and reason for coming here is it's been such a long and demanding season in the Championship, as it always is, especially with two really competitive playoff games as well. It's given the squad and yourselves and the staff a chance to mentally recuperate, rest their bodies, and make sure that everybody across the first team is as ready and as prepared, both physically and mentally, for Wembley as possible.
Yes, the fact that we had 2 weeks of preparation to the final allow us to come manage these 2 weeks in different way. In the first week we have done exactly this, trying to have a proper mental mind recovery, because we arrive to this moment now after we play 2 games in a row and 2 very emotional games. So for me the fatigue of the 2 previous games has been more higher from the emotional point of view than from the physical point of view. That's why we were thinking that spending some time here, using this break, maybe the players could arrive for the week before the final with a more level again of self-demanding and self-competitiveness, because they have this moment to kind of refresh a little bit the minds too. But always without be forgetting the fact that we are going to play a football game and we need to keep preparing the team from the tactical point of view, or from the technical point of view, or from the physical point of view, that are aspects that are going to have a lot of importance in the next game.
It's a special week and a special game coming up. There's an additional pressure, there's additional factors to take into consideration. Is this a period you're enjoying?
I think that we need to play the next game in the same way that we have played every single time, because if we wouldn't have give enough importance to the previous games, it would be impossible to be here right now. So for me, in one final, we understand that the consequences of this game are different maybe of the consequences on another game. But for us, always have been the mentality of this group of players has been go to the football pitch, giving your best every time, and going for the 3 points in the season. In the semi-final of the playoff, go, give your best, trying to be Luton to be in that moment. And this moment is going to be exactly the same. Go, give your best, knowing that it's going to be a high emotional game, but at the end be focused in what it is a football game too. It's 11 against 11. The rules doesn't change. The only change is that we are going to have VAR. So it means that every decision of the referees have more options to be fair, because they are going to have the technology to help them in the decisions. So at the end we need to be concentrated on things that we can control, and we can control a lot of things in terms of how we perform in attack, how we perform in defense, that are the things that can help us to be a more competitive team.
My last question is speaking personally, are you excited for Wembley? Is this something, have you allowed yourself to think about the occasion of it all? Obviously the game itself, the tactical side of it, you'll be on top of and be working with, but on a personal level, on an emotional level, have you considered any of the gravity of the situation at all?
Sometimes if we overthink about some situation, maybe we can be, like you say, excited, because it's a nice opportunity, very special game to live. I am full motivated about this, but at the same time it's a football game and we need to manage every football game as a football game. So we know that the consequences of this game are massive, and we are going to try to do our best to achieve this, because exactly it's our dream, and we know that it's the dream of all our fans to be success in that game. And we know how many people we will make very proud and very happy of Huddersfield in this game, and this is what we are going to try to do, and we are going to be prepared to do, and we are going to put all our concentration and energy to do. But it's a football game, we need to manage as this, and being concentrating the things that we can control in that football game. There are many, and sometimes if you are too excited, you start to lose a little bit the concentration details that you can control. So I am full of motivation, because it's a very special game, in a very special stadium, but as soon as the referee whistles the game, it's 11 against 11, with many decisions that you can do to help your team, and we will be just focused on the things that we can do to see the best profile or the best performance of Huddersfield Town.
Carlos, thank you very much for your time, and all the luck in the world for Wembley.
Thank you so much.